to A Week in the Life of a Freelance Consultant. You are on the Consultant Corner channel. I'm Brizi. This is my corner. I am a consultant. What you will see today is a splice together of various parts of a week in my life. A whole week? You'd think a day would be enough. You would think. But of course, life is still mainly virtual and there's not a lot of movement. And so a week is a slightly more interesting representation of all the things that happen, because they do pretty much all happen at my desk. That's it. That's the whole intro. Let's move on to the actual material. So if we're looking at a week in the life, let's take a quick look at my week. My calendar is somewhat color-coded, and I have blurred out what you're seeing so that you can't actually read the names of the clients in there. But you're seeing different types of meetings. For example, everything you see in yellow is the equivalent of a coffee or lunch with business contacts from my business Rolodex. Green, of course, are clients. That's when I am seeing particular clients. The light blue is one client in particular with whom I have much more regular meetings. And the blues are general networking events. And then a couple of grays, those are webinars. So after breakfast and a quick overview of my day comes my morning walk. There's a light right above me. It's quite horrendous, but the sun is just starting to come out, so it's light enough, but early enough that there are not a lot of people out and about. It has gotten colder, as you can see. I have to wear sleeves. Off to my walk. I'm back from my walk and now back at my desk and ready to get to work. Let me show you my desk. So I'm in a sort of alcove. It's its own little space, but open plan. That's my desk, which is IKEA model something or other. And yes, that is a foot massager right there under my desk, because feet and massage. My water bottle, a Swiss flag, and of course, Hello Kitty dressed up as Open-chan, a solar-powered flower, and a mini Oscar, because what else? And a super retro iPod, check that out. Today I have almost no meetings and I have to fix my headscarf, except for one this afternoon. It's rare, I usually front load my meetings in the morning. I will be putting on a grown-up shirt and not a t-shirt for that. I have to prepare for tomorrow. I've got a presentation that I have to do tomorrow. You can see my little cue cards. I have to write a bunch of blog posts and get those all scheduled through October going into November. Let's get to work. This will be familiar to you. This is the channel on which you are watching this video. How very meta. I come and check all of my subscriptions, all the channels that I follow, and see what they've posted that's new. I'm open to tips on other channels that I should be following, that I should be subscribed to which I should be subscribed. So do let me know. Let's just scroll through some of the videos, shall we? And that's me. So if you're not following me on Twitter and you are on Twitter, then follow me on Twitter, Brizi. Lunch break, bit of pasta with a tomato cream sauce, and I did mean to bring you guys in here as I was cooking it, but what can I say? I forgot. I just wanted to cook, and now I just want to eat. I am quite particular about my lunch time, so I do always come away from my desk, sit separately, sit at the breakfast table, and have my book, and I read while I'm having lunch. It's a bit of distraction for me, and yeah, it gives me a little break to my day. It's something to look forward to because I'm always excited to come over here and read my book. Alexa, turn off the kitchen light. Buon appetito to me. See you later. A video coming to you from the garage in my building. I have to take, I should say, clearly I'm not driving, have to take the car out regularly to make sure that the battery doesn't die, because we're living in a pandemic and we're not using our car enough. On the other hand, we use our car just enough that it is not financially worth it to get rid of our car. On the flip side, we only have to fill up the tank maybe twice a year at this point. So today is one of those days, which is tremendously exciting. Off we go to the petrol station.
consultant, and recently I was invited to run a training session with an accelerator affiliated with Morehouse College. My topic was organizational structure, which in simple terms is what a business has to do to be successful and who in the business is going to do all of those things. One of the students in the class said that his difficulty is that everything has to be perfect, and it's very difficult to train people to be perfect. I suggested that he focus less on perfection and more on value. Don't be perfect, be valuable. We talked about building out his job roles geared towards or aiming towards a successful outcome rather than just a list of tasks. That way, all the employees are always working towards success criteria, not towards the goal of just getting things done. Your caterer has been telling you how she's now catering events by sending food to individual people's homes rather than a meeting venue. It means smaller orders for her, but better margins. Ask her how much practice it took her to become perfect.
Well, what was that about? I'm in a networking group that's very structured, meets every week. There's all sorts of rules and systems in place. Everybody has to do a 60-second introduction at every meeting. I have a past video where I've spliced together 4 or 5 of those by way of example. The whole association is made up of a series of teams. Each team has a member from another team that comes to the meetings once a month to do some coaching and training. That's what I was doing this morning. Following on that, I have a couple of reports that I have to put together and send into the central HQ, shall we say, of the association. I have to prepare for some meetings tomorrow. My calendar that I showed you on Monday has drastically changed for tomorrow specifically. A bunch of stuff just got shoved into Friday. And there's some work I want to do on my consulting programs, redesigning some parts of them, particularly how I deliver them. It's more form than substance. To do that, I am reviewing the material to see how it fits the new form. So that's gonna take a while. It's a process. Just started, and I want to make some progress on that today, make sure that I'm making some progress on that every single week, and I haven't yet touched it this week. It's Thursday, it's time.
Friday morning breakfast, we've made it to the end of the week. I have a 7 a.m., it is currently 5:39, I've just finished breakfast. I suppose I should put a face on.
In a similar setup to yesterday's meeting, you've got me at this angle. My actual meeting is over here, so my camera for the meeting is over here. It's the same type of meeting as yesterday, same association, networking association. This time I'm meeting with my own team. I have a slightly different role today. There are several people on the team that work as leaders, as officers. One of those people isn't in today and has asked me to run his role in the meeting. So I've got scripts that I have to follow. One of the ways we show our credibility at the table is through our attendance policy, which means to attend every meeting. But when we cannot be here, which does happen occasionally, we get a substitute to sit in our place, read our info minute, and allow everybody else to see a full meeting. So today, in Matt Fraser's seat, we welcome the videographer and live streamer, Mo Takurta from the Decatur team. Welcome, Mo. In the seat where you would usually see Heather Riggs, we welcome radio personality and social media expert Mark Galvin from the Brookhaven team. And where you're used to seeing, Rob Riggs, we are happy to welcome Code Conspirator fellow from the Brookhaven team, Ralph Amos. All right, that's done. I really need to get out of this chair and remind myself of all the different muscles that exist in my body. I'm sitting here too long, which means brief workout pause and then back at my desk to prepare for the meetings that I have for the rest of the day and then actually participating in those meetings. See you later. All right, guys, so that's it. I am now ready to get back to work. In about an hour, I am introducing, opening and closing a webinar. There's actually a subject matter expert presenting the material of the webinar. This is a client for whom I often sort of host the webinar, so to speak. Immediately after that, I have a call with a client, and then I've got a short break in which I manage to eat lunch, which reminds me that I have some leftovers I have to get out of the fridge so that they're ready for me. And after that, I have a one-on-one coaching session. I will be done with everything at 3:30, after which I'll do my usual Friday things, which means making sure that everything from this week is complete. All my meetings have been follow-upped. Every task that had to be done this week has been done. Making sure that I'm prepared for next week. I've prepared for all of my meetings, and I've put every task that has to happen next week into Monday. I like to front load all of that sort of work, and the rest is just me sitting at this desk doing the things, a little bit like you saw previously, and there's only so much of that that you can really watch on a video, even if it is at faster speed. So now you know what a week in the life pretty much looks like, week in, week out in this world, in my consultant's corner. What is a week in the life in your consultant's corner? Make your own week in the life video and let us all know. And I, of course, will see you back here at the next video, in which we'll be back with tips, tricks, ideas, and advice for freelance consultants, freelance coaches, freelancers in general. See you there. You thought you'd seen the end of me. Surprise, I'm back. Clearly, I've finished all my meetings. I've changed into the casual clothes, but I do want to share the joys of getting on that call with somebody who is clearly reluctant, and you ask the right questions and turn it into a really constructive conversation that's going to lead to even more conversation. An intelligent question has more value than an intelligent answer. Go back and see that video. I'm off now. Have a happy weekend. See you at the next video.